Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5th race here of the ASSCA National Series. We are one race away from the chase after this one is done, so there's 2 races to go, 2 opportunities to win and lock your way in to the postseason. Now, there's a lot to go over here today, so we're going to start with something pretty simple here. Who's in the field that wasn't regularly? Van Greg is in the field today. Jeffrey Bernhardt, you see constantly flashing on the screen. Apart from that, ignore that. Big Earn, obviously, he's on the pole today. The pole time today was 46 seconds, and it was like 9/10, 46.9. In the draft, they run 36 fours, or at least that's what I've seen. Some of them have been faster, some of them have been slower. Roughly 36-second lap times here today. We are using the Super Suck package that we used at Gauntlet, except we've done extreme modifications to it. They're going to be going 270. By themselves during qualifying, they were going 210 at best. So there's a huge difference losing the draft, and I'm scared if somebody's damaged that it will cause a devastating accident. Speaking of devastating accidents, something that can't happen today, I hope. The sickly dying man's in the field, and remember, he's trying to be full-time. We don't have a new driver to introduce in the 31 today, unfortunately. A Hoff Rick you see back there as well. But yeah, I am actually nervous as hell to see this guy race today. Right now, speed check, they're going 265, and he's by himself. If you look at Hoff Rick, he's going 270. 5-mile-an-hour difference just right there. During qualifying, though, they were not going this fast, so huge difference, and that's because of the Super Suck package here. Obviously, we need to go over the 55 here. Pronkis Luke was in this car last week, obviously at the Poop Festival. Emerson Shittapaldi is in this car today. We saw him in the TOECAR race at Trenton last week. Mike has put him in this car, trying to redeem himself. So let's get into the injury report, because this is going to be crucial, because we have a time limit here today, because TOECAR will be getting on the track an hour from now, basically. So we need to wrap this thing up as quick as we can here. So attempting to race today, the Demon of Oil, remember him, Pete Nut Butter got in a big crash there. The Demon of Oil was tangied up. I don't know what that means. It's probably something to do with him being in the catch fence. He was tangied up. He's fine. He just wanted to be a part of the injury report. Pete Nut Butter has poop fume exhaustion. When the poop started to smell, he got out of the car. Well, he was out of the car for a bit, but he got out of like his personal car to watch the rest of the race. And he was puking literally everywhere. It was really gross, and he's still puking sometimes. He might puke in the car, we've heard, so that will be fun, I guess, if he's going to do that. SpongeBob, he was having the best day ever, and then he wasn't, and he was involved in a wreck with Corey Crime, I believe it was, and he's just been kind of sad. He's back to being sad again, saying it's not the best day ever. He's not even singing it, he's just saying that over and over. I asked him how's he doing, he said it's not the best day ever, so hopefully he's alright. And then out of the race, even though he was never going to be in this race whatsoever, Pronkis Luke had his bike stolen, and he's devastated. Yeah, that's it. And we're back. We don't have a starting grid sponsor because we are flying solo. So let's jump cut! On pole, this guy did great yesterday in the regional series race. That's Big Earn in the 81 for Bernhardt Enterprises, and right next to him is a teammate, Dale Bernhardt Jr. Will these cars actually be good this time is what we want to know, because they qualify great, right? They were like really, really good in qualifying, but what's going to happen right during the race is the question. We saw it at Daytona. We might see it again. Blue-collared Austin Hillbilly is technically in this alliance here. Just him, by the way, of the 8-ball cars. And then you have Jeffrey Bernhardt, who's hoping to have a better race than he did at Daytona. Amber and Stacy make row 3 teammates. Actually, we've got some teammates going through the next couple rows as well. Hoff Rick and Melanoma, last week's winner. 2 teammates from PM Racing here. Hoff Rick is very excited to be here. He, in fact, didn't go to Richmond because he wanted to focus on this race. So Good to see from him. I'm sorry. Aiden Klottenheimer won yesterday in the regional series, spoiler alert, with Uncle Boobs, so they're hoping to have some good run here. There's only 2 Klottenheimer cars in the field today. Unfortunately, this is pretty sad to say, Michael Wave was entered into this race in the 75 car, but obviously he has since passed on, so rest in peace to Michael Wave. And then you've got to form a pressure clot in the 77. Corey Crime in the 11 car. This is basically the track he made his debut on, so familiar face for this track. The Sickly Dying Man is up here as well. Pumick Stumper Jerry was not in the regional series race. I don't know why. I'm starting to get worried about this team, man. This 2-car team, not like a 2-car team, like 2 physical cars, like the 2 specific, like the number 2. You know what I mean. The 2-car, I am worried for this team. I'm not seeing a whole lot of what I saw last season and every other season before that. Remember, this team is a champ. This team has a championship with David Crappenschitz. So hopefully they can figure it out with Gwendy 444 the fourth as well. Because we have a time limit basically here, Cyan Blaney, Hubba Wallace, Toyota. Yep. Star Motorsports has the next 3 spots, Masturbation, Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico, and then Empty Pockets here. They did great in the regional series race, Star Motorsports did. Cyan Blaney. Did I say Cyan Blaney? Jesus Christ. I'm afraid you might be in a gang. Masturbation. Jeez. Let me tell you. They run the same car, so what am I going to do? I don't even know if I said it, but I think I did. Star Motorsports did great yesterday. The Mathletes and Shart Simpson were up there. They were leading, coming to the white, basically, so Star Motorsports is finally kind of seeing their program kind of come around after expanding a whole lot. Ross Chastain lines up next to them. Blackjack and Aggressive make this row here. Cool to see them in the field as usual. Buster Guts and Simi Can't Stand Your Bits Senior. His son is having a rough time in the regional series this season. It's not looking good. Then you have Chug a Beer and the one of CyberZed, who's back after that injury that prevented him from racing in the Poop Festival. Then you have Emerson Shitapaldi and the 23 of Mr. Sweaty Beast. Small Medium Fat and Justin Tallgeier affiliate cars, so another kind of teammate thing. Another teammate row, though, here. The Demon of Oil and Pete Nutbutter, who were both involved in that accident that injured them at Poop Speedway. Mr. Left Sides and Ricky Ticky Bobby Wobbin are here. Ricky Ticky Bobby Wobbin is starting to become a fan favorite, so cool to see that for a small team as well. Aunt Tim and Chippy Ahoy are here as well. All the Nephew Motorsports cars qualified kind of poorly, so very interesting to see how that's going to go. Dog Barks and Leland Funnyman are here, as they pretty much always will be. Aero 404 driver not found in the 44 car, and Lawful Allen, who is still pursuing a full-time effort here this season. If he doesn't make the playoffs, is he going to withdraw from some of these races? Probably. We'll never know. Alzheimer is back in the field as usual for the Super Speedway races, and then you have Van Alst Greg making his season debut, I believe it is. Good to see him back in the field. So without further ado, I do it every time. Mason, just take it away. Mason? Mason? Mason! Oh. We will not get the fabled command from Mason Payson. Devastated. I am truly devastated. We will not hear the good old driver start your engines. We got it yesterday, though, for the regional series race, so I guess that's enough. Big Earn is on pole. His lap time for the pole position, roughly 11 to 12 seconds slower than in the draft. So we'll find out how this is going to go. I am nervous as hell for numerous drivers that are either of poor health or just of good spot in the points. For example, Chug a Beer is in a good spot in the points, but one bad move. The Demon of Oil was really up there in points before the wreck at the Poop Festival, by the way, so like anything can happen right now. But we're green. Big Earn and Dale Bernhardt Jr. lead the green. Lead the green? What? I've already shit the bed on the command. Oh wow. I need to take a pill. I need to take a pill. I don't know what pill I'm talking about, but I just need to take one. Big Earn is going straight up to his teammates here to get some help. Blue Collared Austin Hillbilly is up there. Hoff Rick is going for the lead on the first lap. Speed check 267 in the tri-oval. And Hoff Rick gets them the first lap. You're going to see back here 270 for Corey Crime with help from Detective Blue to Mine Pretzel. Big Earns into the goddamn wall. Oh shit, Taforma's up and over. Gwendy, 4 for the fourth, spinning like a top. Who's flipping like that? Holy shit! Taforma and Aero 4 for driver not found are doing tricks on it for free. They're paying them to do tricks on it. Taforma's getting paid to do tricks on it. What is... Oh my god! I just joined back to a disaster! The sickly dying man is in it! I believe he is! He's fine! He's fine! Jump scare warning for the fans here. Out front is Corey Crime. Not like that really matters because we've had devastation. A lot of devastation. I need to see how this happens. Big Earns into the wall. I believe that Taforma's going to kind of drift up a little bit. Yep, and that's how that wreck starts. And then he digs into the grass here, you're going to see, and it just starts flipping. The error 4 for driver not found. Good God. I think those are the two cars that are probably done for the day here. Shit. I genuinely don't understand how the 44 starts flipping this violently. So he just goes for a spin, and that's how it happens. He gets onto the hill. Lawful Allen, luckily, doesn't have that happen, but wow. Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico, I think he either backed out or he just spun, but lucky to avoid it. Now, in the exact same replay, because I'm cheap as hell, I believe I know exactly where this is going to start, and it starts right there. And shit just happens. Sickly dying man with a pretty big hit into the outside wall, but you could see he was starting to drive the car away before the Demon of Oil went, on top of him. See, like there, he's still driving the car. Is he injured? Most likely. Is he probably shortening his lifespan by a race? Definitely, but we'll take a look at that group now, and then go back green. Shit. Now it starts with the sickly dying man, because Mr. Left Side's... No, he kind of just comes down a little bit, and then that's the whole field. You're going to see here, though, look at everybody. Not a whole lot of damage for a lot of these cars. Some cars go over and shit, obviously. Dale Bernhardt Jr. with some damage. I think that a lot of these cars are still going to they're still going to be in the race. Are they going to be as good? Probably not. But I don't think it's anything to really, worry about. We'll see, though. Aiden Klott's done. Klottenheimer's having a shit fest for this race. Both cars are out of the race on the second lap. Yikes. Let's go back green here from Talladega. Welcome back to Talladega, where Corey Crimes led all the laps so far. There was a car on the bottom there. I don't know what was going on there. It's blue-collared Austin Hillbilly. Having some issues. Corey Crime has led all the laps so far. Apart from the first one, he's led 5 laps today, or 4. It will be 5 at the line if he gets going right. We've had a devastating accident already. I'm not excited. But the Super Suck package, they maybe weren't thinking, how crazy it was going to be. They've done some practice sessions, but they've had, some organized single file lines, so they've never actually had, a race type of situation. Maybe it'll be better. There's a good chance it will. Big Earn, Sickly Dying Man, and all them are still in the field. We've only, I think, lost 2 cars from the race. The interns have shit the bed on the ticker, so under the next yellow, we'll fix that up for you. Right now it only shows the top 30 because I'm just going to have to slime out literally everybody on production. So, without further ado, let's go back green as the 2 gets the jump. Are we finally going to see Young Time Racing come back? We've taken a lot of cars out. Just want to say that right now. As you can see, like the field looks way different now. Aiden Klott's still in the field. I'm surprised at that, considering his engine was like quite literally just spewing smoke. But regardless, who cares? As these damn cheating Yoders are taking the goddamn bottom, taking the lead. This non-American manufacturer. Corey Crime gonna lead. Lap number 5 on the day. And we're on lap 8. Where is the rest of the field? Stacy is to the race lead. Gotta love that for her. There is a lot of cars off the pace. Shit. They're going fast as hell, though. Let me tell you that. Hoff Rick is in the mix. Emerson Shittapaldi is in the mix. Who would have had that one on their bingo card? Hoff Rick at the line. PM Racing might have woke up. You know, Melanoma said... I heard some rumors and rumblings about Melanoma saying, like, either you guys lock in or I'm just walking out, dude. Like, I'm done. So... maybe they've locked in here, given some good cars. Because you do not want a guy like Melanoma to walk out of your race team, let me tell you that. Right now. If they catch a slower car, which I'm pretty sure I just heard one go by, that'll be awful. Like, that'll be tragic. But we're getting some green flag action in. We didn't really get a whole lot of that last time here at Talladega. And the green flag action that we did get was boring. It was so bad. And Lurkus threw the yellow to save the race. Blue-collared Austin Hillbilly has came back out on the racetrack to cause just all kinds of problems. I talked to him earlier and he said that he was speaking with Babe Juth on how to be his aura. How to have aura like Babe Juth. And let me tell you, that is probably the worst picture in my mind literally ever. Blue-collared Austin Hillbilly asking Babe Juth for advice. Babe Juth hasn't been as bad in recent weeks in the Splint Cup Series, but he's still a menace at that. This is going to be bad. Holding up the whole field. And Stacy will take the lead away. Still the points leader after all this shit. Chug a Beer now to the race lead. With help from another, I guess, Toyota. Is Chug a Beer really a Toyota? Really? Is he really a Toyota? Yellow's out, of course. What happened? Who's damaged? Alzheimer looks slow. I bet that's where that came from. Let's take a look at it, and then go back green. Taking a look at Alzheimer, who was the reason for the yellow, technically, I guess. The whole field's getting held up by blue-collared Austin Hillbilly. Blackjack gets turned with Detective Blue to Mine Pretzel. None of them hit anything. That's pretty good. They spin a lot, though. Alzheimer's going to hit the wall. And that's that for that 69. Now, there was something up... oh, no. Emerson Shittapaldi's clearly been upside down at some point. Oh, dear God. Let's take a look at this shit. Son. Taking a look at Aggressive, who's going to have a squeeze play here. Blue-collared Austin Hillbilly, Corey Crime, a whole bunch of stuff going on up here. Emerson Shittapaldi goes on his side a little bit there, roof into the wall a little bit. And then here comes everyone else piling in. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Obviously, it could have been worse. Let's go back green. Welcome back here to Talladega. The 2 of Detective Blue to Mine Pretzels having some sort of problem back there. As usual with this team now, unfortunately. Stacy is in the race lead. They did race back to the caution, but there was only like 3 cars, and it was just a single file line, so I didn't really need to show you it anyway. Stacy ended up inheriting the lead. There you see last Talladega winner, Melanoma, back there. There's still hope for some crazy racing here today. Obviously, most of us are kind of thinking about Teforma and Aero 404 driver not found specifically after their separate incidents in the same crash, though. Still, so you know, the 38 of Stacy will lead with a Ford behind her, which is something she hasn't really had ever since being in this good of equipment. So it's going to be good to see her maybe have some help here. Masturbation is in second. Good to see him finally show up a little bit. He's been close a few times to getting a good old win, but nothing as of yet. But we'll see how that all goes. As everyone's grouped back together, maybe some of the slower cars are in the back. Maybe we'll have a bigger pack for the race lead. Getting close to halfway already. As you can see, good amount of cars still in the race. We're green as Masturbation takes the race lead. Look at him. Look at him go. The 3 wide already back there. See, this is where the Super Suck package is going to need to be utilized here for some of these cars with a little bit of damage that maybe aren't as good, aren't as quick. The 22 has the 38 behind. Oh, shittings. The 38 back to the bottom here. Already, if this is how it goes to the checkered flag, I think this would be like 30 times better than what we were going to have last season here at Talladega to the checkered. So Lurkus did say that if he does have a caution threshold, he says he's not really going to reveal that until it looks grim. So I don't think we're in that situation yet of it looking grim, because there's still a good little pack here going for the race lead. So I don't think it's necessarily going to look grim for a bit. If we have another wreck, it could look grim. As you can see, like, the damage is playing a huge role here. Small, medium, fat is out front. We will be halfway this time by. 68's looking to get some help here from Buster Guts, and that's going to happen here. Is he going to just sit in line? He might just sit in line here to do this one. The 7 continues to lead here. Buster Guts to the bottom here. I think Ricky Tikki Bobby Wobbin's car is more of a pusher car than a leading car here. You can see, like, when he's leading a lane, it's just not as good. The gap between this first group and second group is just absolute sadness. But Ricky Tikki Bobby Wobbin has taken the race lead. Oh, what the hell? I'm afraid you might be in a gang. What the hell are we doing, son? This is not a good spot to be. Not a good spot. Not a good spot. Not a good spot. Terrible spot. Oh, no! Smoked from Corey Crime. Shit, man. Racing back. Buster Guts. will take the caution. Good God. Taking a look at Jeffrey Bernhardt first. So they all avoid the 70 here. You're going to see the 70 eventually here. Very slow. The 42 comes up into the 65 and 45, causing this wreck. The 3 goes to the outside, almost clear, and then there's the 45. Slides down the track, and here comes Corey Crime right there. Yikes. There's the 45 of Ross Chestpain. You're going to see the 42 come up, just slightly touch the 65 into the 45. And here they come up into the field. And then let's find Corey Crime here in this. There he is. Big hit there. Gets hit by Mr. Sweaty Beast. That is the entire wreck. Let's go back green here from Talladega. Buster Guts leading. Guys, Buster Guts is coming down pit road. He reportedly threw up in the helmet. Shit is going down. They're putting tires in the car, and they're putting somebody else in the car. I'm not exactly 1,000% sure what's going on down here. Lurkus has told me, texted me, I guess you could say, what's been going on. There is a panic going on in the 17 camp as they've put somebody in that car. Who's in that car? All right, so we are hearing this in the 17 here. Is Kevin Garlick. Kevin Garlick into the 17. Buster Guts threw up in the helmet. From the lead, by the way, so this is a really good car. Hopefully we aren't shitting the bed anywhere. Stacy is out front. We've seen this before. However, this is a very different package than we had at Daytona. So we'll find out if this is really going to make a difference, this package, or if the Bop Racing cars are maybe just this good when it comes to the super speedways. The Bernhardt Enterprise cars, look at this shit. None of them are even in the top 15. So, as I mentioned, they qualify great and they shit the bed every time. Not even in the top 20 at that. Maybe even top 25. I'm gonna say it. It is looking that grim. Stacy will lead. Yeah, not a Bernhardt Enterprise car in the top 25. That is quite the accomplishment. So Kevin Garlick is in the 17 now if he happens to end up back towards the front. If the 17 car makes it all the way back up there. Already flying through cars, I must add. But if Kevin Garlick were to win, that would be a Buster Guts victory, technically, because he started the race. As Small Medium Fat takes the race lead. With the amount of cars that are in the back of the field, way back, the opportunity of somebody piling into a big wreck is so big that I am devastatingly nervous. And yes, that is a word. Hoff Rick has been in the mix all race. Since qualifying, he's been in the mix. But how about Chug a Beer? The two cars that did great at Daytona are going to be going toe-to-toe, once again, Twisted Toe reference, for the race win, it looks like, to me. But of course, you've still got some good cars. The Super Suck package, you have to be pretty much, like, the aerodynamics of these cars are so dependent when it comes to the Super Suck package that the cars with damage are just not going to stand a chance here. These are all the undamaged cars, basically, right now. Look at the spread throughout the field here at the good old Talladega. Right now, though, the 24 of Chug a Beer is out front. Stacy in second, Hoffrick in third. Masturbation 4th. Ricky Ticky Bobby Wobbin is in 5th. We're at 11 to go. Maybe 10 to go. I don't know, because the interns screwed up the last time so bad in terms of lap count that I'm not really going to look anymore. I'm going to look and see if it updates, but yes, we're at 11 to go at the line. Thank you, interns. I think they finally locked in because I said I was going to kill them. You know what I mean? Maybe that's how I need to have it go. Type shit. Type shit. Kevin Garlick got the opportunity in TOECAR, filling in for Dale Bernhardt. Now he's filling in for Buster Guts after he threw up in his helmet. This is a great spot to have a lap car. Melanoma helps his teammate, Hoffrick. Hoffrick takes the lead with the help of his teammate. Is Ford the new plate track manufacturer god? We have never had Ford be this good at the plate tracks in our series history. We thought that, maybe because they're Hoffrick and PM Racing, they're a tier 2 or a B tier team for Ford. Bob Racing and Project 31 are the A tier teams. So I'm very surprised as they go by some more lap cars here. Mr. Left Sides is getting way too far out front. Stacy is going to have a massive monsoon of a run. Now it's going to be small, medium, fat, but you know what I mean. Who the hell cares? Lurkus told me this time that his yellow threshold is only if it looks grim. Once again, he said only if it looks bad, I will throw it. So clearly it's not that bad right now, so you know what? He can do what he wants. I don't know who's letting this guy in race control. Where's the security guard? Where's the security guard? We're just letting this random dude come in and push the buttons. Nobody knows what he looks like. Lurkus is actually just a mystery. I could have walked by him on the way to the booth and I wouldn't know. I just know he's here somewhere on the racetrack. Chug a beer way down to the bottom, almost onto the apron, trying to get something going. Technically a Toyota. Oh my god, we're catching some slow cars in some really bad spots. And Hoffrick is going to fly away with the race lead. At least right now. We have a yellow. Yellow's out for something. I don't like the tire tracks, so not very good looking. Oh, there's more tire tracks up there. Yellow's out. Hoffrick takes it. That's Ross Chestpain on the bottom, slow as hell. We're setting up for a dash to the finish here at Talladega. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! Taking a look at Ross Chestpain, this is literally my first reaction to this. Blind reaction here. Okay, so shit happens back there. Oh my god. So Ross Chestpain goes around. Jeffrey Bernhardt, and I'm afraid you might be in a gang. Just all go around collectively. Oh, Jeffrey Bernhardt comes back out onto the racetrack, spinning. Let's take a look at that one more time and then go back green here for the finish. So here's Jeffrey Bernhardt. He's going to get down in front of Dog Barks. Genius idea. Like, yeah, let's do that. Into these two cars, just innocently there. He gets going again. How the hell does he go? Oh no, he comes back out in front of traffic. What an idiot. Why is this guy on the team? Alright, well, let's go back green here for what will probably be the finish of this race. Welcome back to Talladega, where we are set up for a 2-lap dash to the finish of this fabulous race here today. Kevin Garlick. Now it says Buster Guts. It says Guts on the ticker in 8th place there. That is not Buster Guts anymore. Remember, he threw up in his helmet. It is Kevin Garlick, who just did a great job in the Regional Series race. Great job. He did an amazing job filling in for Rest in Peace Swift T. Mr. Penis, congratulations, Mr. Penis, on the color war. I never really mentioned that. I don't know if we'll see him again before next season, so might as well say it now. Hoffrick and Stacy line up here to take what will be 2 laps to go. There's some good cars still in the mix. Big Ern is finally back into what seems like his car looks a bit fixed. Yeah, let's get this show on the road. Stacy and Hoffrick are tied for most laps led, both with 7 apiece, so extra point on the line here. Stacy wants to keep that point lead, but let me tell you, she is really good at the super speedways here this time around, and she's going to take the 8th lap. Lap number 8 on the day for the good old 38. 38. Get it? Because the 30 is in second and the 38, and she has 8 laps. Whatever. I don't appreciate my jokes. Anyway, Stacy is out front. There's one chance for Hoffrick to make this work. And he's going to take it. To the bottom goes Hoffrick. That's the pace car. Get that thing off the road. Hoffrick is in position. But Stacy's still there. 1 lap to go. Stacy led it at the line. So she's got the most laps led regardless. Most laps led regardless on how it goes. Masturbation's coming through with Kevin Garlick. Stacy has a huge push from small, medium, fat. Masturbation, no help. She's got help. She has mass amounts of help here. Masturbation's looking to the bottom. Hoffrick is trying to win this race. Masturbation needs to make a move. He's not going to. Hoffrick just won at Talladega. The part-time car for PM Racing steals a win away. And PM Racing just went back-to-back, their first 2 wins ever. As a team, come back-to-back with 2 different drivers. Shit. Hoffrick is in the playoffs. That has just murdered somebody's season. Stacy with second. She'll keep the points lead. Absolutely huge, though. Kevin Garlick with a 5th. It's still technically Buster Guts, though, that was able to be scored with that, but wow. Obviously, it all began with that lap 1 incident, or lap 2 incident. But here we are. Let's take a look at the results to what was a crazy finish here at the Alabama. Taking a look at the results here. Who the hell had this on their bingo card? Like, actually. Gregory Poopsicle was supposed to make a start next week. Next week, he was supposed to be in the 30. That's out the door. That's done. That's out the window. So what's going to be the plan here for PM Racing with Gregory Poopsicle? Is he the regional series driver now? We'll find out. Hoffrick skipped Richmond, remember, yesterday to focus on this race, and it clearly worked. Let me tell you, Stacy continues to show that she is the best driver this season with a 2nd place here. She was pretty close. Let me tell you, Masturbation did a great job today. Mr. Left Sides. You've got Buster Guts scored with 5th, but Kevin Garlick got into that car. You've got Chug a Beer, Ricky Tiki Bobby Wobbin, Small Medium Fat, Leland Funnyman, Blackjack, and Alzheimer. That was like the lead group. Everyone else was just dead off the pace after the lap 2 incident. That began with Big Ern in a way, so 21st for Big Ern. Emerson Shittapaldi in the 55 makes the last car on the lead lap, and top 25 for Emerson in this race. A fan favorite in TOECAR already, or a rising fan favorite at that. If we look down the results here, it gets pretty sad. You've got Taforma Pressure Clot, Aero 404 driver not found. 2 drivers that needed some good runs here today. Taforma especially. I'm going to make a wild assumption. Forma's championship hopes are definitely over here. Same thing with Aero 404 driver not found. Corey Crime as well. He needs to win tomorrow. Or tomorrow. Yeah, because we're racing tomorrow, I guess. Corey Crime needs to win next week to get anything going, really. Ross Chest Pain as well. Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico. Cars that were in the playoffs last season. Not doing very good. I'm afraid you might be in a gang. Last of the running cars. That car was slow as hell, let me tell you. Young Time Racing needs to lock in soon here as well. Detective Bluto Mine Pretzel in the 2 just didn't do good today. The Sickly Dying Man, I told him this last week. I said, if you don't make the playoffs, your full-time thing is over. We're not fielding you again. We can't risk you dying. So why do I keep saying tomorrow? Next week is the last chance he's got to try and make the playoffs, try and win a race, basically, is the only way he's going to do it at this rate. But apart from that, what a race we had today. The Super Stock package, I think, delivered way better than last season's Talladega race. What a run we saw from Hoffrick. What a run from Stacy. Ford is up there now. Let me tell you that. So yeah, without further ado, tune in next for tow car action here at Talladega Super Speedway, where the Goodies Trash Series will take on this track. And then tomorrow, the Splint Cup Series will do the exact same thing. It is going to be quite an incredible run for both of these series. So, we'll see you all next week for the regular season finale. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Shit. Like, out of every car, like, I'm talking all 42 cars, I expected, like, I don't know, like, Van Olst Greg I expected better than him, you know what I mean? Like, wow. I did not have this shit on my bingo card. Boy!